Hey y'all, I'm Johnny.
I'm Tracy.
And we are RV SWAT. So welcome to our first Q&A video. Last week we posted, we've been taking questions for about a week now. So today we'll answer those questions. And before we get into it, if you have questions that you want answered that haven't been submitted yet, make sure you enter them into the comments below and we'll answer them next Monday. So I guess this will be a every Monday thing. Q&A Monday. Yeah, we'll try it.
Could be.
As long as we can get questions submitted every week. So if you have a question, submit it in the comment below. We'll answer it next Monday. So with that, we printed out the questions that we got from last week's video. And what's the first one we got?
Okay, if I totally butcher this name, my bad, correct me. Padasian Hippie has asked, what was the catalyst that made you decide to chunk your day jobs, get an RV, and hit the road?
Good question. So for me, I think it was the quality of life. You know, it kind of day in and day out, same thing, monotonous corporate job. I just got tired of it and I was ready for adventure. That was my main thing in it. And then, you know, just trying to be happy in life, not stressed out all the time.
Yeah.
I think that was about the same for both of us,
Well,
huh?
same for both of us, yeah. I mean, like we've probably mentioned before, we've traveled, cruises and all over the Caribbean, and we've seen all those islands, but we've never seen where we lived. So why wait until we're retired and half dead, not able to enjoy seeing the country that we were born and raised in? So
yeah. And I think we talked about it a little more in our intro video. I'll link the video up here. If you want to check out our introductory video, I think we go into a little detail about why we do this life or why we decided to do it.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Short Trailer.
Short Trailer. I love that name.
I know, I do too. What are the 3 best things about work camping you have experienced?
Only 3?
Only 3. For me, the biggest thing that I've experienced is friendships.
Yes. Yep. That's what I was going to say. The people you meet is one.
They're amazing.
Another one would be the places we get to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we see some amazing from travel days when we're harvest hosting and our destinations and sightseeing. I mean, the things we get to see in this lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And what's the third one?
Time together.
Yes.
We didn't get much of that before. With when we were both working, we didn't work the same hours. When just he was working a lot of hours. So now I haven't wanted to kill him.
Not yet.
Not yet. And we pretty much work the same schedules. I worked this morning and he didn't, but
for the most part, we're together 24/7
all the time.
So that's something. So anybody just looking to do this lifestyle, that's something that's you need to weigh your options on that. Can you be around your spouse 24/7?
If you don't like your spouse, don't do it.
Or at least I would say, in all honesty, there are some couples that need their time apart. Well, we've never really been like that. But if that's you, that's fine. Just make sure you accept the work camping job with opposite schedules.
Or go on a hike without them.
Yeah. Yeah. So quality time together and just quality of life in general is one of the great things we've experienced so far.
I feel very less stressed.
Yeah. What else we got?
Treza Wild, how did you tailor your resumes from your regular jobs to work camper jobs?
Very good question. So let me tell you our experience anyway, and not everyone has to do this. Workcamper.com was a great resource for us. Once we joined the Gold membership there, we got into all the media files and resource files, and we dug and read a lot. Then we ran across in the it's in the store university thing. Well, I'll try to film screenshots of me getting to it, and I'll insert it here and show you how to do it on WorkCamper. But anyway, what it was, we actually paid for the service, and a lady contacted us and kind of tailored our resume. What we done was we submitted to her. She sent us a questionnaire basically, and we filled out all the stuff with our resume information on it and sent it to her. And then she kind of tailored our work camper resume.
She adjusts the wording for you and moves things based on
that, and like my resume of where I would say a supervisor in telecommunications, none of that really matters in the work camping world. So she takes the words and makes it relevant to work camping experiences. But anyway, like I said, that's what we done. You don't have to do that. You can just go in and read a bunch of the resources. Again, I'll insert it, and you can see what we done anyway.
And also, we're hired as a couple, so our resumes are one resume for the both of us.
Right.
So that was another thing that workcamper.com helped us to word our resume, our cover letter, all that good stuff, to where
and you know what,
it pertains to both of us.
If it helps anyone out there, shoot us an email at FullTimeRVSWAT@gmail.com. I'll put it down here somewhere. But shoot us an email if you're interested in looking at our work camper resume, and we'll email you a copy of our resume. I mean, that's no problem. We'll email you what she done for us. You can see the final product where it's all combined, both of our resumes combined into one. So,
and I don't regret paying that extra money to have them help us.
Not at all. No, because
that was
we paid that. We worked like 2 or 3 days with her doing the resume. We posted the resume, and then like 2 days later we had a job. So I have no problem with it. All right, what else we got?
This was the only job we applied for.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike E. What do you guys usually eat?
Everything.
And do you go grocery shopping or just eat on the go? Yes.
Yes, and yes. So let me say, we eat the same way we did when we were in a house. You know, I mean, this is our home, so we eat the same. We go out and eat out sometimes.
We just have fewer dishes to cook with.
We go grocery shopping. We work at a restaurant right now, so we eat at the restaurant a lot. We cook here. I mean, so nothing's changed really as far as how we eat or how we cook.
I think the way we cook is the biggest change, because instead of having a pressure cooker and a slow cooker, I now have an Instant Pot.
Right.
So, that took care of two things right there.
Right.
We don't cook on the stove too often, but we have a convection burner thing that we use occasionally.
So if you're really interested in how we cook, I'll link a playlist, the RV kitchen. I'll link that playlist up here. You can go check out some of our cooking videos, and that's pretty much how we live every day. Either we're cooking in the Instant Pot for the majority of it, or we go out and eat.
Cook on the grill, which we used to do at home. It was a much smaller grill.
So nothing's really changed about that except the appliances that we use.
Okay.
What else we got?
We have Jeff Ball. Hi guys. We watched your How Much Money We Make video. How many hours per week average do you work for that amount? About 40.
Okay, yeah, so there's about 3 questions here, so we're going to answer one at a time. So the first one is, how many hours a week do we work for the amount that we listed in that video? Now, I'll tell you, our first month here, we put in some overtime. I'll be honest. So, I mean, we were working probably 50 hours a week for the first 3 weeks getting everything ready. Then after about 3 weeks, then we cut back to 35 to 40 hours. So we averaged 35 to 40 hours each for the whole season, except the first 3 weeks we were averaging about 50 hours each. Okay. So that's about what we work. And now we're coming to the end of the season, and now it's back down. So now we're probably doing 30 to 35 hours a week for the remainder of the season. So hopefully that answers the question. The next question he has is
your campsite free while you work camp?
Yes.
We make sure of that.
Right. So there's lots of work camp jobs out there, and you have to decide what's right for you. We only look at jobs where the campsite is free.
Some of them, your first 20 hours will pay for your site.
Yeah, but we won't do that. I need those 20 hours in pay. So again, that's just us. What else we got?
What do you do for healthcare? We don't get sick.
Yeah, we heal naturally. So actually, we're looking into Liberty Share, I think it's called. Once we have more information on that, and we see how it goes for 6 months to a year or whatever, we'll probably release another video of in-depth review of Liberty Share. But I'm not going to get too deep into healthcare because again, that's one of those sensitive subjects. But I will tell you, Liberty Share is what we're looking at.
Okay. Are there many options for not yet retired wannabe full-timers?
Yes.
Right here.
Yes. So there's lots of jobs. This one honestly is perfect because we get the full-time hours, we get full-time pay. So this one's good. There's sugar beets, there's Christmas trees, there's Amazon, there's gate guarding. There's tons of jobs that pay full-time wages that for us not retired people. So anyway, to answer your question in short, yes, there's plenty options for not yet retired people.
Yeah, and you can check out workcamper.com and what's the other one?
Cool Works. But
we haven't.
I like Workamper. Cool Works it's good. You can check it out. There's one section for RVers, but I think you can do this 100% on Workamper.
Oh, definitely.
All right, what's next?
Kevin Loving.
Good old Kev.
Kevin Loving said, when dealing with a mean boss like Bill, economic refugees, what course of action would you recommend?
Well, Kevin, it's funny you asked that question because I have the perfect answer for how you handle mean bosses.
Like Bill.
Like Bill. Number one, you cook them food.
Ooh,
and you feed them well. It's like taming a bear.
Yeah, kind of like taming a bear.
Keep feeding them. Eventually, they'll just sit down and be plump.
Yeah.
And they're fine.
Yeah, they'll fall asleep sometime.
That's right. Feed mean bosses. They'll come around to you.
Food helps everything. Our son Michael has sent us a question.
What does he want?
What's your far future plan? As in, what do you plan to do when and if you fully retire, or do you plan to work until you did?
Okay, so that depends on what the good Lord has worked out for me.
Mm-hmm.
But our honest plan is to do this as long as we can. As long as our health lets us travel, we're going to travel.
Yeah.
With that being said, in our travels across this great country and all the places we're going to go, we will keep our eye open for that perfect piece of land and that perfect place. You know, no one knows what a perfect place is yet because we haven't been all over.
I haven't been all over.
But if we find that perfect piece of land in the perfect city or town or whatever it is, then our far future plans, when the health doesn't let us travel anymore, would be to purchase that piece of land and finish out the remainder of our life in what we consider the perfect town.
Yep.
So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, as long as we can see, as long as we're not senile, dementia, Alzheimer's, forget
as long as I can keep up the maintenance on the RV.
Keep up the maintenance, exactly.
Yep.
And we'll keep on doing it.
Yep. As long as we don't need a helping hand, we're going to go as long as we can. But we all know, and everyone in this lifestyle knows, eventually you're going to park somewhere and finish out the remainder of your life.
Oh, yeah.
We're only in our 40s, so hopefully we won't have to think about that for a long time.
Lord, please don't let me have to think about it.
What else? One more?
Actually, there's a couple of them. I think we missed one.
Okay.
Darla actually has asked a couple of questions. One question she asked was about, she knows we have 2 dogs. Do we crate them when we're in travel mode?
Yes and no. So it depends. So the way our RV sits, the crate sits right behind the passenger seat. And when you open that door, it kind of blocks off in between the driver's seat and passenger seat. It kind of builds like a gate to where they can't get up under my feet while I'm driving.
Right.
So we'll leave the door open and let them kind of wander the RV, unless they're getting in trouble or getting into things they're not supposed to be in or being a pain.
Yeah.
Then we'll put them in a crate and close the door while we're traveling for a little while. But
for the most part, they like to lay down. Gadget will probably sit on my lap every now and then.
They get on the couch a lot and just sit on the couch while we're driving down the road.
So very well behaved.
Yeah, again, it just depends on the situation. Sometimes they're in the crate for a little bit, and other times they just lounge around and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. And then the second one, Darla asked, was how far in advance do you have your work camp job scheduled out?
Well, currently we have about a year scheduled out, close to a year scheduled out.
Yeah, kind of.
We have till next March scheduled out.
Yeah.
Yep. So we don't have our next summer job planned yet. We have some options. We have some offers already, but we haven't done any contracts or anything, so we don't know.
Well, our winter job, we don't have it locked down yet, but we know what we want to do, and it's not going to be a problem getting it, I'm sure.
That one's gonna, I think that one's gonna be easy.
Yeah. So we had this job in November
of last
year.
So
November of 2017, we locked in this job, and we didn't get here until May 1st, April 30th. We already know we'll be at Sugar Beets.
Going to Sugar Beets next. We know we're going to trees.
Christmas trees, and then we know
gate guarding.
In February we'll probably go gate guard. We just don't know where yet.
Yep.
That's the one we haven't locked in.
And then next summer, we'll probably have next summer booked within the next month or two. We'll probably have it narrowed down to where we're going to go. So we'll fill you in on that as we know. But I guess for the most part, it's easy to pretty much have a year booked out if you want to. And then you can go as short as a few weeks. It just depends on you. I mean, we see on the hotline on Work Camper all the time, jobs put immediate opening, posted every day. So if you're a spur of the moment type person and don't plan a year ahead, there's jobs posted, you know, from one day to a year out. It just depends on how you want to do it. I like the comfort of knowing that I'm secure for the next year. I like having a year planned out ahead, and that's just the way we choose to do things. But sky's the limit. You can do it any way you want. I mean,
we just decide where we want to go. What do we want to see next year? And I think that's why we really don't have next year locked in, because we really haven't sat down and thought about, you know, where do we want to go next year? What do we want to see?
We'll probably have a better idea. So we closed the restaurant here on the 8th or the 10th or something like that of September. And then we don't have to be to our next job to the 23rd. So it'll give us a few days to start thinking about things like that. But as soon as we find out, we'll let you know. If, you know, for those of you that's keeping up with where we're going and when we're going, we'll let you know as soon as we know. But other than that, that's all the questions I think we got this week, right? Got any more on a little paper there?
Nope.
We didn't miss any. Answered everybody.
Again, it would be nice to come back here next year. So for those of you from out here at Heart Ranch that we've become really good friends with, it would be nice to see y'all again next year. But
it's very possible.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, it's very
Some
possible.
of you we might see in Arizona. We've talked about that. So if we don't see you here next year, we'll see you on the road.
That's right.
It's a small country.
That it is. We hear so many stories about how many people see one another in California, then, you know, 6 months later see them in Florida or something. See, you know, so it's actually a small country. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. Again, if you have questions for next week, enter them in the comments below, and we'll see you next Monday. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that good stuff.
Thank you, everybody who submitted questions. Darla with Economic Refugees, Kevin, Lord, Kevin. Everybody, thank y'all so much. Give us more questions. We love hearing from y'all.
All right, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.